Me, Kathy Griffin. I sincerely apologize. I am just now seeing the reaction of these images. I'm a comic. I cross the line. I move the line, then I cross it. I went way too far. The image is too disturbing. I understand how it offends people. It wasn't funny. I get it. I've made a lot of mistakes in my career. I will continue. I ask your forgiveness.
So that was comedian Kathy Griffin apologizing for her infamous photo shoot holding the decapitated likeness of the guy in the White House. She caused an uproar and made some powerful enemies, but she's not really, taking it very hard anymore. She's telling us how tough things got and how she's gonna, come through it. She's gonna get back on the road and keep on rolling. Please welcome back the fabulous Kathy Griffin.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. I'm alive. I'm just glad to be alive.
I can't believe it's been a year since
I
this.
know.
It's a year this month that picture was released.
Right.
And we already described...
What a year it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I take the apology back.
Okay. We're going to need to ding that bell if that happens
And
again, Kathy.
the sons, Don Jr. and Eric, or as I called them, Eddie Munster and date rape. Look, I'm not holding back on this family. This president is different, and I have been through the mill, and so now I'm back on the road. I sold out Carnegie Hall in less than 24 hours.
Kathy, one question about that picture is a lot of people, clearly, as you said, you pushed the envelope, like most comedians.
People thought I was in ISIS. And by the way, because you just have to find the funny in everything, Joy, when my mother called, because she watches Fox News and thinks it's real, and, her hearing aids don't work anymore. There she is. Look at her. I love Sean Hannity. When's Bill coming back from vacation? She thinks Bill O'Reilly's on vacation.
Oh,
I just tell her he is.
He thinks so, too.
I know, right? He never is. So, anyway, that day, as crazy as it was, and trust me, I was, no joke, I was in a ball, sobbing, everything's over, all this other stuff. And then I had to spend 2 hours convincing my mother that I have not been recruited by Al-Qaeda.
Wow.
And I said, I don't think they're taking 57-year-old red-haired Irish-American comedians today. And she goes, why couldn't you join another club like stamp collecting? So my own mother, for 2 hours, thought I was in ISIS. Yeah. That is, it's funny. I'm sorry. It just is. It's just so crazy.
Do you regret saying that you're sorry?
I do, because that apology was, I'm not kidding. I performed in Iraq and Afghanistan, two places Trump has never even been and can't find on a map. And so, of course, because of my connection with the military, I thought of literally Daniel Pearl's mother. Yes. And so I thought, okay, obviously not very many people have literally witnessed that horrendous event, but when I thought of her, I thought, okay, apologize. And then when I found out that I was really just kind of part of the Trump wood chipper, which Michelle Wolf is in now, and, I didn't know they had this apparatus already set up before my silly picture of a $5 Halloween mask and ketchup. And I wanted to make a statement about what a misogynist he is. And also, I remember the 8 years of the photos of Obama lynching, and nobody said anything, right? That was all okay. Facebook, that was all on Facebook.
And as you know, a famous person like you.
It wasn't a famous person, but people were going to rallies with Hillary's head decapitated at Trump rallies.
They get away with everything.
They get away with everything.
But now that you've taken the apology back, aren't you frightened? They're going to go after you again now.
They are. They're starting today.
Why do you do that to yourself?
Because it's important. The First Amendment is the First Amendment for a reason. It's the first one. And also, the thing is, this guy just is different. I don't mean to disrespect the presidency. I've been to the White House. I have visited. And also doing stand-up for so long, you guys know there was a time, in the Bill Clinton days, you could make fun of that Monica dress all day long and nobody thought you were a terrorist. But now, like you said, things have gotten not only politically incorrect, but this administration, and I learned it firsthand because I then got a call the next day from the Department of Justice, and I was under a 2-month federal investigation for conspiracy to assassinate the President of the United States.
Now, you alleged I read that you alleged that President Trump was behind the Secret Service investigation and that he ordered it himself. But there hasn't been anything public to suggest he's behind it. So
well,
why do you say that?
I'm sure it's on his phone. No, I mean, I'm just saying, like, first of all, Jefferson Beauregard Sessions. I mean, I thought that guy was dead, seriously. Like, when I was a kid, we used to make fun of Jeff Sessions. So anyway, somehow he's the accidental attorney general. So it had to come from him. And, you know, Trump is all in bed with, like, the American media folks and the Inquirer. And so every picture of me, you know, ever since then, it's like my cellulite. And Harvey Levin and TMZ was recording my tour cancellations, not because people wanted their tickets back, but because the Trump folks, and some of them I found out were robocalls. Like, they were so set up. They would call theaters and do bomb threats. And honestly, I don't blame the theater owners, because they're used to do like Mamma Mia or Stomp. And all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to go bomb Kathy Griffin in her. And they would be very specific. They want to cut my head off, put my head up my and then shoot me there.
Kathy, but when you were doing the tour, which is when the pictures came out.
It's so nuts, you have to laugh. What?
People were canceling this, but you took the show overseas. How was it
15
being
countries.
Abroad with that investigation going on as well?
Well, it was amazing because, you know, ironically, I have to admit, the picture that caused me all this trouble in my family, and my mom got death threats in her retirement village, and my sister got death threats in her hospital, and I lost her to cancer. That's why I shaved my head. So that's how vicious this machine can be. So when you're under a federal investigation, I've been put on what's called the Interpol list. So I was detained at every single airport. And, you know, when you have a show in Singapore, and they take your passport, and they take your devices, you're just sitting there and just trying to smile.
And the troops, too?
I hope you get it back.
The troops turned on me, too. Everybody turned on me.
The troops turned
By the way, I like to say, I wasn't Dixie chicked. I was Dixie. Like, no, I mean, I lost left, right, middle. I lost everybody.
Do you think you went too far, though?
No, not now. Not when I see his policies. Also, it was a mask and ketchup. I wish I'd done a blow-up doll. I probably could have gotten away with the whole thing with a blow-up doll.
Kathy, I think part of it, though, was how early into his administration it was, right? It was just a few months. I think people had hopes that things would change, that he would grow into the presidency. I got to tell you, I found it troubling. I found the image troubling. I hated it when a rodeo clown went after President Obama. I hated it when a friend of mine at Univision compared Michelle Obama to an ape, and he lost his job. So, you know,
but look at the way Trump treated Jorge Ramos. Like,
horrible.
Even though he had done things like that. But you're right.
But I think the way to, you know, hold the high ground.
Are you saying I was ahead of my time?
But, you know, every time
I'll wait.
I've told you when I've seen you in the past, and I'm so glad to see you doing it. You are a comic. You are a terrific comic with an incredible record. You've been on TV. You've had shows. You've sold out shows. I don't want your life, your career defined by this stupid moment. And I'm so glad to see that you're finally putting it behind you and you're selling out.
Thank you.
Theater everywhere. And let's just, you know, can we get
Oh, my God, thank you.
I mean,
I just want to live. I just want to live and tell my jokes. That's all I want to do.
You know, turn the page.
It takes a long time, though, to come back from this stuff.
When
the president comes after you, when that machine comes after you.
Yeah, I mean,
it takes a very long 8 years.
I had people saying that. I had, like, so-called crisis managers saying, go away for 8 years. And then I was negotiating. Then Sharon Stone goes, go away for 5 years. And then Pee Wee Herman said 3 years. I was negotiating for, like, my own, like, no, I don't want to go away. How about you go away and not make any money for 8 years?
Have you chosen a place of exile?
I said,
personally, I'd go to the Amalfi Coast. What were you going to be?
I hunkered down in my house, and I wrote like crazy. I wrote a pilot that nobody bought, but it was fun to write. And I made wacky videos, and I had so many crazy experiences. Now, this is a little out there, but honestly, I actually read one of my death threats on stage because the grammar is just funny.
Hold on, because we want to hear more.
Oh, she's coming back.
No, she's not coming back, but we want to hear more. Our thanks to Kathy Griffin. The North American leg of her Laugh Your Head Off tour starts in May. She's already sold out
today.
Carnegie Hall in less than 24 hours. Go to our website, see when she'll be in a city near you. You need to see her.
Come see me. I have a heck of a story.
Follow up if I can. Just a few, just since you brought up being taken out of context, it seems to be a press-related question. Are you trying to say that this administration is a champion of a free press?
I certainly think that as I stated a moment ago, we support a free press, but we also support a fair press. And I think that those things should go hand in hand, and there's a certain responsibility by the press to report accurate information. I think a number of people, I'm not finished. I think a number of people in this room do that every single day. They do their very best to provide fair and accurate information. Certainly support that. And that's one of the reasons I'm standing here taking your questions, and a lot of times taking your questions in a tone that's completely unnecessary, unneeded, and frankly doesn't help further the conversation or help the American people get any more information in a better way, which is your job.